All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. As you can see in the video that is still being produced, I'm starting to write a very simplistic BMI program, and I'd like to try to finish it in this video. Whoops. So let's do that. So we inputted the height, we inputted the weight, we calculated the BMI. All right, now we want to determine the BMI status based on that. So if the BMI is less than min optimal, well, oops. All right, then we know that it is the person is underweight. All right, so BMI status equals underweight. We also want to increment, we want to increment the associated counter. All right, so if this is the case, the BMI is less than 18.50. So we can just come in and say something like total under equals total under plus 1. Totally fine to do, except there's a faster way to do it, and that is to use the auto increment. So you can either say total under plus plus, or you can say plus plus total under. In this case, it makes absolutely no difference between the two of them. Else if, let's put a little space in here. So else if BMI is less than min over, and let's copy all this in and just make a couple changes. All right, if that's the case, it's less than 25.00. So in that case, it is optimal weight. And the total, I think we called it just OPT or something like that. All right. Else if BMI is less than min obese. And again, let's just go in and copy like we just did. So we know that it's less than 30. And what do we have? We have underweight, optimal weight. Oh, if it's less than 30, they're overweight. So that'll be total, I think did we call it total over? And otherwise, if it's not any of those, okay, if it is not any of those, they must be obese. Now we could make another check, but that's all that's left, so we can just say else. And again, let's just copy that in. So the status is obese. And we can say here total obese plus plus. All right, so we've got everything done. Now we want to display the results. Remember, we've got that thing that's called output str. So we will come in here and we will display the results. All right, now I could put this all in one big thing, which is what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it in a little different way. going to say output str equals, and we'll put in here height. And I'm going to use something called interpolation here. And what I mean is I'm going to put this, instead of using this, I'm going to use a backtick. Now, why am I using a backtick? I mean, why should you care? You'll see in just a minute. What that did was it allowed me to use what's called interpolation. All right? It's going to actually put in the value here. So I don't have to, I could have said height and I could have said plus height, etc. Okay, totally fine to do that. Now, I'm going to copy this, put it in there a few times. Maybe I'll even need more than that, but I guess I will. And one more time. Now, instead of saying equal, I'm going to say here plus equal with each one of these. Now, that'll give me the height, and then we'll have the weight. And then we will have the BMI. Now, when we do the BMI, first of all, I think we need a dollar sign here. All right, sorry about that. Let's finish this up. So put a dollar sign here. And we need the BMI, and this will be the BMI status, of course. So this will be BMI status right here. Now this will be the BMI, but we want to format it so that it's for 2 decimal places. So say BMI.toFixed 2. All right, which means do it to 2 decimal places. Now, there's some more stuff we're going to add in here, but after we get out of our main loop here, this while loop, I want to do a similar thing here. And what if you say, I don't know what you mean? Well, watch if you would. I'm going to put here display final totals or final results. All right, and don't need that. All right, so this will be total underweight people. So that'll be total under. This will be total optimal weight people. Let's try to line it up a little bit. Total, I think it was OPT, something like that. This will be total overweight people. I didn't put a dollar sign here or here. I need them both. So, dollar sign there and a dollar sign there. So this will be total over. And I don't like the way that looks, so even though it's not going to line up, that's okay. And this will be total obese people. Now, the other thing to do here is to ask user to run program again. All right, so we'll say again equals, we'll do another prompt, and we'll say, do you want to run the program again? Yes, answer yes or no. But again, the problem is with people, that doesn't mean that they're going to do that. Let's default it to yes. So we'll assume they want to run it again. Now, not only might they type in the whole word yes or whatever, they might not do the capitalization we want. So we'll say again equals again dot to uppercase. No matter what they put in, it'll uppercase it. And now we're going to say first char equals again dot char at 0. That's the first location that we have. So it's going to look at the first character. And finally, because we're almost done, so if first char is not equal to yes, well, they don't want to run it again. Run again is going to be equal to false, not fossil. Okay. And unless I missed something, that should be it. Not a real long program, 130 lines approximately. So let's do this. File, save all. I think we can run it from here. So run without debugging. Okay, so please enter a height between 12 and 96. So let's just try this. 72 and a weight between 1 and 777. Let's say 200. Whoa. And it actually printed it, but boom, it went off the screen. That isn't good. Oh, you know what? It did not. So I'm going to put a no in here. We don't want to run it again. All right. I did skip something, not purposely, but let's quickly put it in. That is, we want to come in and alert output str. The other thing too is in here, before we do this, we want to say output str is now equal to nothing. And finally, when we're all done, we want to again alert output str. Sorry about that, those two changes. So save all, go back to here and let's run the program. Stop that run that we had going. Okay, so there we got it. So 72, let's say 100 pounds. Okay, they're underweight, that looks good. We'll run it again. 72, let's say 175 pounds. They're of optimal weight, that looks good. Run it again. 72, let's say they're 220 pounds. They're overweight, that looks good. And let's say 72 and 333 pounds. They're obese. We won't run the program again. Well, in fact, yeah, let's run it again. And let's put garbage in there, put a lowercase y in there. And notice it just tells us to do it again. Okay, so we'll run it one more time and we'll say 80 and 200. Do the same thing with the weight. Leave it blank, put in garbage, notice. So 200. and they're of optimal weight. We will not run the program again. Oh, if we did, we could say yes, please, and notice it still lets us run it. So again, 72, 100. We should have 2 underweight, 2 optimal weight, 1 overweight, and 1 obese. So no. There we got it. Now, I was going to go right into it, but I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go back and I'm going to rewrite this and just show you how this could be written much better. We will add a button to our HTML, and then we're going to take our script, and each one of these we're going to put in its own routine. Why? Because it makes sense to do that. So I'll be back with that shortly. Thanks.